Sentry. Here.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting off faith. I only got one.
I'm on my way.
You got me stuck on the thought of you.
Toxins going up.
Many enemies A. Spike planted. Eliminate.
You are exactly what I want. Kinda cool.
Finished.
Driving down the freeway at night. I only got one.
Last player standing.
Strike at their weak points. If one link breaks, the rest will follow.
I show that brimstone true power. Multiple enemies C. Enemy spotted C.
Toxins going up.
Grenade.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Enemy in attacker spawn.
Shadows traveling.
Recalling my bot. You tried.
Reloading.
They couldn't kill us. Now they're dead.
Careful. Careful.
Turret out.
Here.
Many enemies A. Goodbye. Enemy spotted A.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Spike spotted A. Turret out.
Thirty seconds left. Team Ace.
They have seen our power.
Time to stock back up.
Placing sentry.
No.
Alarm bot out.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Spike down A.
They will cower. Here. Enemy spotted A. Careful.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Weapon here.
I don't
Gun
talk
here.
easily. The sun is so bright. Don't worry.
I'll kill him. Turret out.
Placing alarm bot.
No prisoners.
Toxins going up.
Nowhere to run!
Last player standing. Spike planted.
You will not kill my allies!
Team Ace.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it, please.
Turret out.
Alarm bot out.
Turrets destroyed.
Toxins going up.
Enemy spotted mid.
Fire in the hole!
What the fuck, Viper?
Toxin screen down.
Spike planted.
Gun here.
There.
Enemy spotted C.
One enemy remaining.
You will expect them to work.
Remember, your weapon is only a tool. You can't just shoot. You have to think.
Here. Careful. No risk. Sentry. Turrets destroyed.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Swarm grenade out.
Healing you. Careful. Together, we will bury them under their transgressions.
Turret out. Barrier created.
Spike down A.
Strike is A.
Exterminated.
Enemy remaining.
My burden never ends.
Here.
No. No.
Placing alarm bot.
No.
Here. You're here.
I. Toxins going up. Careful.
Prepare for hellfire!
Toxin screen down. Spike is here.
Spike down mid.
Enemy spotted mid.
Found them.
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
You will not kill my ally.
30 seconds left. Spike down B. One enemy remaining. Ten seconds left.
This is what I trained for.
Gentle Sage is not so gentle after all.
Need a drop. Thank you. There. Turret out.
No ground.
Turret down.
Placing alarm bot.
Toxins going
Placing
up.
swarm grenade.
Here.
Placing swarm grenade. Found them.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Spike planted.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
Cutting their vision.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
their skill. And there we have some beats.
Placing sentry. Quick peeks now. Many enemies A. They will cover. Enemy spotted A. The rush. Enemy spotted A.
Enemy down.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Reload is their best.
Last round in the half.
Don't be cheap. Spend it all before.
Hi.
Placing
here.
sentry. Alarm bot out.
Enemy spotted C. Prepare for hellfire.
Going up.
Bomb grenade
Cover
out.
going out.
Last player standing. Spike down C.
You will not kill my allies.
Switching
Look
sides.
like us, but are they us? I have so many questions.
Here.
Here. Together. For you. Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
Spotted A.
Spike down A.
Fashion on.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Make them beg.
Fight! Reloading.
Reloading.
Reloading. Enemy spotted. C.
Spotted C.
Turret out. Turret destroyed.
One dead. Swarm grenade out. Wall raised.
Placing swarm grenade. Last player standing.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Spike down. C.
I can hold an area pretty well myself. Make sure to cover the angles I can't.
Let's choke them. No.
Enemy spotted. A.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Reloading.
Toxins going up.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I wanna give myself to. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night.
I'll choke their sight.
Here.
Watching this location.
Enemy
Here.
spotted. A. Turret out. Ah, turret. I dropped the spike.
I have the spike. Toxins going up.
Enemy spotted.
Spike down A.
Enemy spotted.
Shadows traveling.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left. Ten seconds left.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
Here.
Still in sight.
Enemy spotted mid.
I dropped the spike.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Prepare for help!
Driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might
Last player standing.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tune.
30 seconds left.
One thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past.
Here. Watching this location. On my mark. Help. Careful. Watching this location. On my mark. Hi.
Here. Here.
Here. Here.
Multiple enemies, mid. For you. Enemy spotted.
Careful.
Placing sentry.
Toxins going up.
Cover going out.
Reloading.
Plant the spike.
Initiate. Down.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
And blinding.
Your life won't go to waste. They don't have a single life worth saving. There.
Enemy spotted. Stealing.
Enemy spotted B.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted
One
A.
enemy remaining.
Sentry.
You will not kill my allies. Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Found them. Alarm bot down. Swarm grenade out. Fire! destroyed.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
Here. Anyone have funds to spare?
Can I get this? Thanks.
Cutting their vision.
Here.
Enemy spotted me.
Here. Let's go here.
Turret out. Enemy spotted B.
Prepare for hellfire!
Turret destroyed.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
One enemy remaining.
They will cover.
Last player standing.
I have more tests to run.
My priority is their suffering.
Cutting their vision.
Nowhere to run!
Enemy spotted A.
Healing. Reloading. Placing sentry. We're down. Reloading.
Stand down.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Enemy spotted A.
Window.
Last player
Viper.
standing.
Behind
Spike down mid.
The fuck? Such a dumbass.
My power does not end. Ask for aid, and you shall receive.
Spike down A.
Got the spike. Your duty is not over. Back where I belong. Spike down.
Spike down mid.
I have the spike.
Viper, do you pay or report?
30 seconds left.
Removed. Adios.
10 seconds left. Spike down, C.
เป็นควยอะไรไวเปอร์ เกมมันจะจบอยู่แล้ว ช่วยทำเพื่อเป็นประโยชน์ให้หน่อยได้ไหม
Survived obliteration.
มันยากนักเหรอ
I will survive them.
เหนื่อยนะเว้ยเฮียเล่นไม่เหนื่อย
Embarrass them. Enemy spotted C. Turret out. Plant the spike. Insecto.
Carrier is dead.
Spike down, C.
my allies.
Enemy spotted A.
Last player standing.
Ended.
Defenders win.
Driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. La da la da la la da la da dee da da la da 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 la I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. だらららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららららら
Dengan kekuatan pitch shifter kita lihat 1, 2, 3.
Halo semuanya.
Dengan dan suara yang aku cewek-cewekin kayak gini.
Halo semuanya.
Dengan dengan suaraku yang aku cewek-cewekin kayak gini.
Halo semuanya.
Dengan kekuatan pitch shifter kita lihat 1, 2, 3.
Halo semuanya.
Driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes.
Dengan suaraku yang aku cewek-cewekin kayak gini.
Friday night fucking チュクチュクチュクチュクヨーヨーヨーヨートゥクトゥクトゥクトゥク。あ、失礼しました。Friday night fucking チュクチュクチュクチュクヨーヨーヨーヨートゥクトゥクトゥクトゥク。あ、失礼しました。Friday night ファンキンでございます。ノートファッキンファンキンファンキンファンキン。Not fucking funkin', not funkin'. Not fucking.
Dude, am I like just a Sage player or what? 422. Oh, boys, let's go!
Valorant, baby.
We got Valorant finally. Wait, so am I NAs first?
Yeah.
Do I make a tweet right now?
Oh.
Dude, am I like just a Sage player or what? 422. Oh, boys, let's go!
Valorant, baby.
We got Valorant finally. Wait, so am I NAs first?
Yeah.
Do I make a tweet right now?
Oh.
GG.
Attackers win.
Ooh, Radiant.
I recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in real life. And one of these 10 people is gonna walk away with this chocolate factory. Yeah. In we go.
Wow.
Yo. Welcome to my wonderful creation.
Oh my gosh, it is Candyland in here. Look at the river.
It's a chocolate door. Oh, he's taking a bite out of our door.
That's good.
These 10 contestants are all here because they found a golden ticket when they bought one of our Feastable bars.
For our first challenge, we're gonna play hide and seek. You have 1,000 seconds. Go hide. 1, 2, 3.
invited 1,000 random Minecraft players and divided them into 7 teams. Each team will have 24 hours. I invited 1,000 random Minecraft players and divided them into 7 teams. Each team will have 24 hours to develop a civilization. And at the end of the 24 hours, we're gonna force them all into war. And these 7 YouTubers are each gonna take charge of a team. Good luck, because $30,000 is on the line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Team, we're in the middle of the Badlands. Are there any trees? There's one tree. Oh, God.
Oh, no. You're literally screwed on all accounts.
Hey, listen.
Since the birth of civilization, humans have extracted the Earth's resources, formed thriving societies, and embarked on journeys to peacefully spread their ideologies. But what if civilization formed in Minecraft? It all started a couple months ago. After I made a video about how societies would develop in Minecraft, you guys wanted me to make a public server to test the theories out. Big mistake. No one in those servers wanted peace. The main problem was that there's no real punishment for senseless killing, and people sadistically enjoy the fact that they could temporarily ban people by killing them. I even added a reputation system, and people tried to speedrun to the worst reputation as a badge of honor. So I said, you know what? We're trying this again. But this time, I'm putting everyone in hardcore mode. And it is my utmost pleasure to announce that with the forefront of Minecraft technology, we at Magic Incorporated have created a unique way to simulate civilization in Minecraft. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. Here's the plan. Just like the real world, all my test subjects will have one life and will be placed inside different 100 by 100 block regions to see how people react to limited resources. To prevent regions from plunging straight into anarchy, we'll be sending criminals to a lovely country called Australia. If civilization manages to form, that region will move to stage 2. If not, which region will become the most advanced civilization? Watch to the end to find out. Also, if you want to see more experiments like this, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It's completely free and helps support me a ton. Let's begin the simulation. In this stage, we'll see how different biomes influence the way societies develop. There are 5 different regions. The first region is the plains. It's kind of the control variable of the experiment. It features a village, mines, and lots of fertile land. And with no natural hardships, the plains region went straight to work, doing what every country does in new lands, extracting natural resources, taming animals, and stealing resources from the natives. Next, we have the ice spikes, a very cold and harsh environment with a lot of ice and not much of anything else. So to survive, the region immediately banded together and got to work developing their own fishing industry. And by fishing industry, I mean sharing a 5x5 block of water. It also didn't help that their staff member said this:
"Welcome to Siberia. I don't care what you name it, you're going to die here, that's all."
There are definitely going to be some human rights abuses here. Then we got the ocean region. Oh, these poor souls. If only their future was as bright as their water. There wasn't a lot of wood, so they began planting their saplings immediately to create a renewable source of trees. They also began an actual fishing industry and started exploring some of the treasures we hid throughout the islands. Unfortunately for them, they had the first casualty of the experiment, as someone was accidentally punched into the lava pit conveniently next to a treasure chest. Besides that, I don't know if it was the tropical island vibe or what, but everyone was way too relaxed here. Even their staff member's name was literally Kiwi. Little did they know they are located right in the center of the map. Let's just set initiative to light up the entire jungle to prevent mobs from spawning, which by the way was one of the theories in my Trapped in Minecraft video. They went straight into creating a community center and began sharing all their resources and community chat. Wait a minute, this is starting to sound like... So with all the criminals in fear of Australia, society began to advance. I had the staff members assigned to each region deliver them their purpose in Discord VCs to not get nuked into oblivion by becoming a functionally civilization. To do this, each group had to fulfill a couple conditions. The first condition was to elect a leader through either democratic or authoritarian means. In the ocean region, there was almost a sense of paradise with no mob spawning. So a player tired of the relaxed atmosphere began spreading propaganda to rally up the ocean region.
We got propagandists right here, spreading motivational messages to the ocean region.
A couple days later, he was assassinated.
He fell down in that pit.
That's what you think. That's what you think. It's probably the person that he was spreading the propaganda about.
Also, religions began to form as people began to build shrines in honor of their staff members, worshipping them as gods. Soon, the Ocean region began holding a democratic election between a player called AJ's and Keisho Lightning. Keisho wins the election and is crowned the supreme ruler of the Ocean Empire. 5 minutes later,
what? The other leader is dead. He got blown up by a creeper.
What are you gonna do with that leadership?
It's such a tragedy. You know, the people are in turmoil. They don't know what's going on.
And it all went downhill from there. The lack of leadership created a civil war as members fell one by one like flies, some by murdering other players, and some by trying to keep order by murdering those who murdered other players. In the chaos,
oh no, AJ's has just killed another member of the Ocean Island.
AJ's, a once promising candidate for leadership, murders another citizen for, according to him, no reason at all, and was promptly sent to Australia by their staff member Kiwi. By the time order was restored, there were only 2 members left. And it turns out, one of them wasn't even in the Ocean region. He had actually been spawned in the Plains region the entire time. So the Plains members held a goodbye ceremony for him, and he was teleported to the Ocean region, where he became king, winning by a landslide vote of 2-0, and started constructing a cemetery to honor the fallen Ocean members. In the Plains region, a player once known for terrorizing others, Clown Pierce, quickly became a candidate for president. Another player called KSP Nerd challenged his rule, but was unpopular because he stole iron from people's furnaces. So this was a good lesson that if you want to become president, don't steal from your citizens. I gave KSP the option to duel Clown for the throne, but he asked for the same gear as Clown. But just like in real life, you don't magically get diamonds from God.
Sub to Magicum, I must say I must agree with this. I will.
Once known for terrorizing others, Clown Pierce quickly became a candidate for president. Another player called KSP Nerd challenged his rule, but was unpopular because he stole iron from people's furnaces. So this was a good lesson that if you want to become president, don't steal from your citizens. I gave KSP the option to duel Clown for the throne, but he asked for the same gear as Clown. But just like in real life, you don't magically get diamonds from God.
Sub to Magicum, I must say I must agree with this. I will now duplicate your diamonds, just like Jesus himself.
So Clown quickly united the Plains region under his rule. Under this newfound leadership, the Plains region developed agriculture and forced the natives into one-sided trading relationships. They also finished taming all the horses, so they had the best mobility out of all the regions. And let's just say, the Plains region liked their horses. This guy was basically Paul Revere at this point. Back at the ice spikes, they're still fishing. I mean, what can you do? Their entire biome is just ice. At least their pool of water is bigger this time. This pool of water would later become the center of their civilization and a community hub where all its members hung out by. In the meantime, some guy got mobbed by a polar bear while the rest of the country cheered the polar bear on. Half of their population was also tunneling down into the extreme depths to scout for new resources. Dude, their entire biome is just ice. At least their pool of water is bigger this time. This pool of water would later become the center of their civilization and a community hub where all its members hung out by. In the meantime, some guy got mobbed by a polar bear while the rest of the country cheered the polar bear on. Half of their population was also tunneling down into the extreme depths to scout for new resources. A player called Rooster became the king of the Ice Spikes Nation. In Vietnam, its residents began creating a farm next to a local cave of water, a village of huts for shelter, and a cocoa bean farm as it was a crop native to their region, so they hope to potentially use it in trade in the future. Because of their organized start, a player called New Delhi was immediately elected through democratic means and was the first to receive the Golden Crown, a golden helmet used to help identify the kings of each region. 4 minutes later,
their leader fell into lava.
Logged out, everyone's trying to find his location and put out the lavas. When he comes back, he won't die.
After a failed rescue mission,
do not lose it like your previous leader, or else there will be trouble.
A new king, Deeply, was crowned leader. Under his rule, a great wall is erected around their society. Back in the Mesa region, virtually all their gold had been extracted, which meant only one thing. They had to prepare for Manifest Destiny. They began constructing a headquarters and elected Meme Man as their president. He actually seemed like a pretty good leader.
Establish good relations with Region 3, help them take over, and then stab them in the back. We need to hold a democratic vote here. I don't want to tax too much, but I don't want people to take everything.
You're putting
Find balance, then strike with socialism.
Soon, a shrine to their staff member Chilos was also created, who then watched his followers abandon construction on their headquarters and begin construction on Skybase. I think this showcased their power to the rest of the world or something. I have no idea. Now that each region had a ruler, each society began the second condition to move to stage 2, build a worthy country. The jungle society was now thriving, with a full-fledged wall, farm, and their leader hadn't died to lava yet, so that was a good sign. They even had a government building for internal affairs and negotiations with the other countries. Even the god of the Plains region, Stanford, was troubled by their progress and saw them as a huge threat in stage 2. They ended up negotiating in Discord with the Mesa region for an alliance.
Yeah, the most advanced civilization according to Magic.
Why would that be?
We got all the buildings, we got maxed out base, we got everyone's got full on gear, we got enchantments, books, we got everything. So it'll be in your best interest to ally with us.
And that way we can go against planes who are stacked with stuff.
Against all odds, the Ice Spikes region managed to develop a potato farm in the extreme cold and began building Viking huts for shelter. They worked on getting all their members powerful enchantments and built a shrine. But interestingly enough, not to their staff member May.
Yes sir, yes sir. This shrine, let's see. Kiwi, give me stuff. They created a statue for Kiwi.
Oh no, what? Oh my god, why is everyone worshipping Kiwi?
Apparently due to miscommunication, but soon this blasphemy was promptly fixed and they became known as the Nation of Siberia, because it's really cold, I guess. Soon, civilization begins to progress extremely fast as the Siberians carved a mountain into their headquarters and a village out of the spikes of ice themselves. In the chat, the first signs of nationalism are seen from the Siberians as they begin building a cobblestone wall using lava casts. It was time for the ultimate test for every civilization: winter. Every person was hit with the permanent hunger effect, which would test their cooperation skills.
Everyone needs to fish right now. Everyone fish and put it into the furnace straight away.
And force many nations to burn through their food supply. Winter soon began taking its toll. A member of the jungle region starved underground, trying to find his way back to the top, with skeletons and zombies blocking his escape. A member of the Mesa region starved after refusing food from his allies. And a member of the Plains nation starved because he went AFK. The Plains nation soon discovered that drinking milk from cows could wipe the effect.
Don't say anything in chat. Don't say anything in chat. We don't want them to know.
Who needs it? Who needs it?
And KSP Nerd decided to leak this information in chat. He was then executed by the Plains Nation for leaking state secrets. But we didn't get on camera, so we forced Clownpierce to reenact the situation.
And therefore, he must die. Wow. I didn't expect that one. What happened there? Well, I did just try, but it seems ineffective at that. I think he's got some sort of divine protection right here. This is.
We're gonna have Heartbringer type /kill. All right. Just keep on hitting him. Just keep on hitting him. Heartbringer /kill. Oh, you killed him. The execution.
That was so realistic. That was so realistic.
As a result, regions without cows got hit harder by winter than the rest. After a grueling winter, spring rolls around, and it was time for. In this stage, trade routes are open, and we'll get to see how different civilizations interact with each other. However, the players aren't the only societies in this world. Within each trade route, different civilizations are scattered throughout the land, blocking each nation from accessing their trade route. This will be the test of military power for each region. The first civilization to venture into the unknown was the Advanced Jungle region. After some preparation and pep talk, their staff member Flare and leader Deeply began leading the jungle civilization out on their first expedition. Unbeknownst to them, they were heading straight into guerrilla warfare. As they made their way into the depths of the jungle, they soon came into contact with the tree people.
Guys, if you get low, just get back, okay? Don't die. Don't risk it.
Watch out! There's tree archers up there, and they're shooting. So you gotta.
We got shields.
You gotta dodge. Get your shield out. Stay together. Stay together.
You think those tree archers drop arrows?
Follow me. I know the best way to get past.
All right, go. Let's go.
I was the one who placed. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, it looks like they're out of range now. They can't see below the tree. Do they have the resources to survive this? They can still turn back. But once you die.
You think those tree archers drop arrows?
Follow me. I know the best way to get past.
All right, go. Let's go.
I was the one who placed. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, it looks like they're out of range now. They can't see below the tree.
Since the birth of
Help me, whoever's going through this loot. We don't have any food. I'm gonna die, I died, dude.
No, don't.
With their leader and majority of their forces dead, the jungle enemy territory, they came to a deadly realization. Winter had taken out their food supply.
I need some food, I need some food.
I don't have food.
Oh, you don't have any food?
No, we don't have any food. I'm gonna die, I died, dude.
No, don't.
With their leader and majority of their forces dead, the jungle nation was obliterated. Fleur later came to VC and told us there were only 2 people back at their base who were left behind to gather resources.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna lead my 2 people to greatness still. Don't think we lost this.
They immediately made an alliance with the Mesa region and began planning a rescue mission.
Okay, we made the passage reverse through the jungle and all our men got slaughtered.
What?
And we have 2 people left. We need you guys. If we can
We can help. Yeah, we can help. How far are you guys?
Unfortunately, the Mesa member that was going to go save them,
Their best fighter just died. Encrypt.
died falling from their sky base.
No, Encrypt was on Mesa. He's supposed to save our jungle people.
So they were forced to attempt to cross the jungle alone and ended up being wiped out. Next up was the Plains Nation, who had just witnessed the devastation in the jungle region and were on red alert. They went straight into preparation mode, creating a shrine to receive the blessing of their god Stanford and a military outpost on top of the hills to prepare. They decided to only send people confident in their PvP skills into their trade route. Their enemy was Hannibal, a famous general who had historically crossed mountains in the winter to ambush his enemies. And interestingly enough, this mountain led directly to the ice spikes biome, so this was pretty historically accurate if you ask me. The Plains Nation began mobilizing their soldiers and led a cavalry charge into the trade route. Once they made contact with the archers at the wall, they hopped off and split into groups. One group began tunneling underneath and another charged head on. While the rest of his forces were held back by the fire behind the walls, their leader Clown Pierce went straight into the front lines.
Alright. Oh shoot. Be careful, watch your armor durability. Make sure you use your shield.
Build a wall so you have cover.
There's cover. There's 2 pieces of cover.
Hiding behind a wall and breaking through the lines directly.
No way, he's rushing, man.
He's rushing.
This is a king. A king goes into battle with the spin.
Oh, they're getting fired upon. They're building their way. This is like trench warfare right here. They're building their...
Yeah, pretty much is.
Clown is just beasting his way through. He's confident in his armor. Oh, he got juggled a bit.
Yeah, Clown's got some air on that. Jesus.
He's running. Run from the soldier, the melee soldiers. They're slaying all of them. And they're ganging up on him, and he killed them. Oh, they're attacking.
By the way, this is definitely going to ice spike.
Nightmare seems to be low. He's running. Clown jumps in to save his subordinate.
Archer, shoot Hannibal. Hannibal's
Just be
coming
safe.
down right now.
Come on. You have to just stay safe. Come over here. Come on.
Okay.
Oh
They're pretty healthy right now. Oh, the cart soldiers are coming down. Hannibal's down.
They're pushing fire.
Hannibal's dodging the hits, bro. He just dodged some arrows, dude.
He's soloing the entire squad. Oh, and they killed him.
They were able to make easy work of the rest of the soldiers. Next, we have the Mesa region. They're isolated from the rest of the countries by an ocean, so they began preparing for a naval assault. On the other side of the ocean was a bandit camp, full of, well, bandits. After a war cry, the United States embarked on their mission to spread capitalism to the bandits. The first fighters who landed on the shores got immediately ganged up on it.
Go into the water. The bandit boss is after Kira. Kira. Okay.
On the other side of the assault,
They've made their way onto the trees, take him out. Me-Man leading the charge.
Me-Man and his crew broke through the archers in the trees and made progress surrounding the rest of the bandits on all sides. They converged on the main bandit camp and knocked them all out.
They killed the boss.
Oh, Me-Man was being a real leader over here too.
We had a rivalry on our hands. Both the Plains and Mesa had made it out, and they saw each other as a threat to their power. Then the ocean region opened up, and the 2 remaining members immediately began making their way to their allies in the Plains Nation as their king made friends with them before he got teleported back into the ocean. Meanwhile, the Plains Nation began to entrench themselves on top of the mountain that was separating them from the ice spikes, who they perceived as their main threat to power. The Siberian god May gives us a final tour of their country before they head into battle.
Morning. Looks like it's a pleasant day for Siberia.
Very pleasant day for Siberia. This is our main meeting area. We fish together, we talk together, we eat fish here. It's nice, really chill, alright? It's our base. I don't know what they do here. I don't like seeing the private places, storage rooms. Nothing here. don't. So this is our prayer room. They pray to me for items.
Definitely not Kiwi, right?
No, Kiwi, not anymore. I killed them.
Nice statue right here.
I don't know who this is. Maybe that's me.
You can kind of see it.
We are a very proud nation. We are proud of our technology. Those primitives at the plains, they don't understand.
I see.
We're too poor to have a badge, so it's just a sign.
I thought you said that the plains were primitive.
But we don't have wool here.
True.
We only have fish. This is our prideful Great Wall. Hope to expand, to conquer, and hopefully secure our destiny as the true rulers of this world.
They had also seen the devastation of the jungle region, but were confident in their abilities and the hearts of the Siberian people, despite their trade route being one of the hardest. Yeah, they also had a lot of nationalism going around.
What's going on?
Wait, what happened? So they got disqualified.
5, 6. So we lost half his men.
But with the Mesa region still far away, all eyes were now on the ice spikes. Tensions flare in the chat between them and the plains. If the ice spikes made it through their trade route, the plains nation would be right above them on the mountaintops. They had been fortifying their position and gearing up for potential clash. This next trade route could change the course of the entire balance of powers.
Shut up, everybody shut up, just for morale, right? I have a prot 10. I'm breaking 1,000 golden crown right now. I've brought 3, I'm breaking 1 mending on my diamond chestplate. Brought 3 on my diamond leggings. I brought 2 on my boots. I have more books to get if I get more XP. Like I'm just as strong as full prot 4 right now. So
how many golden apples do you have?
I have.
They hid behind snowy hills and began building walls to block the fire. Then the winter soldiers made their own charge at the Siberians.
Battle. They're bringing them into a hole.
Oh no, someone's trapped in a hole with one.
They're retreating.
But soon they re-advanced towards the position and successfully took out the rest of the winter army. And just like that, the only thing separating the ice spikes and the plains nation was a mountain. I was gonna call it the battle for Hannibal's Peak, but suddenly out of nowhere,
they're charging? They're coming down from their fortification. Clown Pierce is leading the charge. Tax Gatherer doesn't see it.
Pop down.
Everybody get down here. Everybody get down here.
Oh my god!
Guys, go, planes, go.
I'm going down.
Oh god, there's so many.
He's on the 2 kings are fighting. Rooster versus Clown. This is the balance side. Everyone's coming to support the king. It's chaos.
Oh my god. Tom Pierce is retreating into his team.
Gorilla Pierce, the king of the Ocean Nation, has allied with Clown Pierce. Oh my god, this is
It's the 3 kings in the center fighting each other.
the Siberians get the first blood, but then the plains nation takes out some of the ice spike forces.
Oh, Pioneer Pat just took out Tanman.
I can't even tell who's winning, dude.
I don't even know.
At this point.
Oh, they just took out another person?
But soon, the battle starts shifting in favor of the ice spikes as the henchmen of the plains are taken out, allowing for the Siberians to gain up on the plains nation's leader, Clown Pierce.
Clown Pierce versus Rooster.
Clown Pierce.
He's getting modeled.
Clown
Pierce is getting
the power of Siberia. But he does have good armor.
4v1.
Oh,
I'm dead.
I died. Oh, you're Crumble.
Oh my god, I died and I died.
Clown died. Oh my god. The power of the
fallen.
Siberian people. I doubted them. I didn't think they would survive.
The leader of the plains had attempted to ambush the ice spikes in the middle of the chaos and paid dearly for it. They violated the basic rule of war, never give up the high ground. The Siberians victoriously looted the treasures of their battle and even ended up taking the plains horses. With the jungle region wiped out and all of the plains and ocean regions loot, it seemed like the ice spikes were on a clear path to victory. There was just one problem. In Stage 3, remaining civilizations must capture a beacon, bring it back to their country, and defend it from all invaders to be crowned the greatest empire. To add to the chaos, the criminal in Australia was released. He had made a small hut during his time reflecting on his actions, but turns out he learned nothing from them because he then made his
I didn't have a container at the moment, so I used the desk.
Split up all over the map, but they still had numbers and were way closer to the beacon than any of the Ice Spikes nation. So then it became a race against time. The Siberians quickly split up and began exploring all the routes in an attempt to find their way to the beacon. During this expedition, some of the Siberians fell to surviving AI civilizations. The Mesa region decided to regroup at base, which made them find and execute the criminal AJs, but it wasted a lot of time. They made it to the beacon first, but then suddenly...
Wait, Rooster's here. A night battle between...
Oh, this is it. This is it.
Oh, they're coming in. Oh, Comrie took the boat. Wait, does he get away on the boat?
Oh no, he had an Ender Pearl. Oh, Comrade's they're taking massive hits right now.
Oh
No!
And just like that, the surviving Siberian members had the beacon and made the somber journey in the rainy night all the way back to their homeland. Through a story of struggle, survival, and war, with 3 remaining members, the Ice Spikes Nation was crowned the greatest civilization in Minecraft history. Since the dawn of the Middle Ages, peasants harvested the Earth's resources, raised prosperous kingdoms, and launched crusades to politely discuss their differences. But what if kingdoms developed in Minecraft? It all began a couple months ago. After making a video about how civilizations would develop in Minecraft, you guys wanted me to create an experiment to test my theories out. We pushed the limits of human nature a little too far. Starvation and war wiped out 97% of the world's population, but it left me unsatisfied. What if there were interactions driven by something other than fear, something like trade, diplomacy, innovation? And after multiple failed experiments, it is my pleasure to announce that we at Match Incorporated have found another formula to simulate civilization in Minecraft. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. The plan is simple. Just like the real world, all my peasants have one life and be born into 5 different biomes, each with a special advantage that other regions lack. We've also added proximity chat to simulate realistic human interactions and scattered lawless Vikings throughout the land. Will regions work together to form a prosperous empire, or will they once again be driven to extinction? Sit back, relax, and let's go on a journey back in time. There are 5 unique territories. The first is the Plains countryside. This area had enough resources for everyone, so the people were a lot more willing to cooperate with each other. They began plans for world conquest, one loaf of bread at a time. Things were going so well, they even began singing a national anthem while working.
Planes on top, planes on top, planes on top.
Next, we have the desert, a slightly more difficult place to live. To survive, the population had to use what little the desert provided. They dug trenches in the sand and kept mobs at a distance with bows made from dead bushes. I guess they didn't have much entertainment either, because the people forced a random guy into a glass box to become their oracle.
I am the oracle, ask me.
What's the meaning of life? Third, we have the swamp. Because of the wet terrain, the desert, a slightly more difficult place to live. To survive, the population had to use what little the desert provided. They dug trenches in the sand and kept mobs at a distance with bows made from dead bushes. I guess they didn't have much entertainment either, because the people forced a random guy into a glass box to become their oracle.
I am the oracle, ask me.
What's the meaning of life? Third, we have the swamp. Because of the wet terrain, the people adopted new forms of transportation. They traveled on boats and brewed potions of leaping to traverse the land by tree. Maybe they got a little too creative, because a weird cross appeared in the sky, making me slightly question their sanity. Fourth is the snow tundra. Its trade routes through the swamp, plains, and desert make it a strategic choke point. That is, if they can manage to make this place inhabitable. At first, the people tried to grow wheat in sub-zero conditions, but failed, so they turned to the next best solution, exploiting the local natives for their resources. Lastly, there's the mountains. With extraordinary heights and abundant caves, the mountains had the most ores out of all the regions, so the people quickly moved to develop a mining industry. Thus, the first living spaces were carved into the mountains, and a citadel began to form near the summit. Some miners worked day and night, extracting as much iron as possible, while others waited to share the fruits of their labor. Little did I know that this was just the peaceful beginnings of a tale of great tragedy. With criminals on the loose, societies came together to maintain order. The swamp people united around a council of 3 nobles. They called themselves the Republic of Alkenbrew. The first meeting was called to investigate the suspicions of a few civilians. Witchcraft.
I just wanted to discuss where you got these diamonds, just out of curiosity.
Spartator defended himself, claiming that it was an art passed down through generations called the
Very fast technique, my guy.
However, the mob was not taking any chances.
You either give us the gear or we execute you. That's how this is gonna go.
Things quickly escalated when an angry citizen decided to take matters into their own hands.
We stole our diamond.
That.
The chase was on. They cornered him in the outskirts of society. On half a heart from poison, Spartator hid in the trees.
Cut down every tree you see.
Yeah, guys, go back to the farm.
Yeah, go back. Everyone back in the boats and head back.
A few days later... What?
Well, that was easy.
The Plains had a young leader named Eggcat quickly rise to power after pulling out an entire Google document for his speech.
And a sea of raging northern and Vikings alike will attempt to tear through our lands. We will break through the gates, fortresses, and prevail over all.
In the mountains, both peasants and nobles feared that a seasoned warrior named Clownpierce would try to forcefully take power, so instead, they rallied around a friendly commoner named Hungry as their king, who became popular after promising riches in exchange for people's support.
Hey, where's the 20 gold you owed me? Just get my monitors to mine for it, man.
Legends say he's still waiting for that gold. To quell a potential rebellion, Clown was appointed as the general of the Mountain Kingdom. In the desert, a ruthless queen named Minachi was unanimously appointed as the ruler of the desert monarchy.
We have the advantage, we have the long range, we have the distance. All we need to do is fortify our base.
It didn't take long for her strength to be tested. After the region took casualties in the mines, civil unrest began to spread. So Minachi promoted religion, making people pray to the oracle for answers. It was genius. Instead of blaming the queen for their problems, the people could just pray to the oracle. Everything was going according to plan until one fateful night, disaster shook the land.
This is truly a sign from God. Like that. It's a sign from God. No! God! No! Okay, no!
The traitor was quickly made into a scapegoat for the region's hardships.
Sacrifice him to the flame god.
Unfortunately, the traitor was quickly made into a problems. The people could just pray to the oracle. Everything was going according to plan until one fateful night, disaster shook the land.
This is truly a sign from God. Like that. It's a sign from God. No! God! No! Okay, no!
The traitor was quickly made into a scapegoat for the region's hardships.
Sacrifice him to the flame god.
Unfortunately, in the north, the civilian population was wiped out by mobs, leaving the region with vicious fighters who were unpredictable. On the verge of collapse, a mercenary named Rooster took control through force and united the unruly group. However, the dwindling native population forced them to focus on gathering food rather than higher psychological needs, leading them to be one of the few regions to become unhappy. Sensing weakness, angry Vikings appeared at the border, prompting the Snow Dictatorship to prepare for battle, arming their soldiers with tridents and holding the natives hostage as their personal blacksmiths. Rumors of the Snow region's villager rights violations soon began to spread throughout the land. With every region establishing a form of rule, an era of prosperity was ushered in. The Mountain Kingdom was now one of the most advanced regions. They paved roads connecting their citadel and the heights to their farming settlement on the ground. Their head engineer Yoda Badger even invented a way to reach their mines faster.
Guys, tell the people that I'm coming and...
Oh my god, this is awesome. What? Is this a secret bunker you guys have?
I just fell against my will.
How do you guys get back up?
I don't know. I wasn't the one that made this.
You don't.
To celebrate their progress, the mountain people gathered at their shrine and held a coronation for their king Hungry.
At 450 Central European time, Hungry, you shall be coronated as Emperor of the Mountain.
He's not hungry anymore. He's not hungry anymore. He's not
hungry. He's not hungry.
He has food.
But this wouldn't be the medieval era without the bubonic plague. And what better patient zero than the king himself? Everyone within 2 blocks was immediately infected, and the plague quickly spread among the population. Unfortunately, because of the slowness effect the plague gave, the disease didn't spread to any other regions. The Vikings around the world began to move. Some decided to terrorize regions by burning forests to the ground, claiming that they were, quote, scorched earth tactics, while others decided to become nomadic, exploring the vast lands. A clever group of Vikings even decided to form a cult, telling you to consider subscribing if you want to see more experiments like this. In Alcambrew, construction on the massive ziggurat finished, becoming a symbol of power and dominance. It was the pride of the swamp people, representing how civilization could develop in even the most unlikely places. They even started building a town inside of the ziggurat to help hide refugees and shelter the homeless. While their workers rested, the council drafted a plan known as Operation Bad Company to expand their influence by stealing from rich kingdoms and supplying potions to the poor. Meanwhile, in the desert monarchy, the queen decides to become more compassionate. She invest some time into honoring her fallen subjects with graves and even allowed for artists to express themselves through abstract art.
We have medieval art. It's like modern art, but medieval. It's over here.
Did you know that diorite is considered the worst block in Minecraft?
That just symbolizes how everyone thought your region was the worst, but really, it has its own uses.
Exactly.
You are so Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They also began digging a giant moat to prepare for invaders and began harnessing the power of redstone in hopes of taking the medieval era to new heights, literally. Back in Russia, the Vikings held a Thanksgiving dinner together.
Let us all say grace and thank God for this food, yes.
We don't believe in God.
Let us thank science for this food. Yes, yes. Quite delightful.
Good music.
Some nearby Snow citizens got curious and wanted in on the festivities, and the two groups ended up developing a weird friendship together. I thought they were having a bit too much fun as enemies, so I hit him with the bubonic plague.
Get away, get away, get away. I got the plague,
Who? I got the plague.
I can't see it, can't see it.
Who soft on me? I'm gonna kill you.
We don't have milk, we don't even have milk.
Although they didn't want to be near each other now, they would soon have plenty of quality time together. So with the mountains recovering from the plague, desert testing out new technologies, and Vikings being everything but actual Vikings, the stage was set for kingdoms to clash. In hopes of becoming more prosperous, traders began to venture outside to discover what other kingdoms had to offer. The Plains Cavalry embarked on a journey to expand their bread empire and ended up making contact with the Desert Monarchy. The desert was wary of outsiders, so they allowed only one person inside for negotiations. Together, they struck a trade deal as the Plains agreed to exchange their wheat for the desert's bows. And with the desert's food supply now dependent on them, the Plains secured themselves an ally. The Desert Monarchy sent off their newly invented flying machines to deliver their goods to the Plains.
Goodbye, guys. Good luck.
Oh, the border.
The border hit it? Yeah. Bye, guys. Good luck.
Low-key scary, dude. I'm very scared.
But unfortunately, the desert didn't have any safety standards.
No. Okay, you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna make it. That was close. We don't have to order bucket clutch.
After finishing up trade, the other desert pilot also fell to his death. So for 10 pieces of bread, the desert ended up sacrificing both of their planes, all their cargo, and the desert didn't have a trade deal as the planes delivered their goods to the plains.
Goodbye, guys. Good luck.
Oh, the border.
The border hit it?
Standards.
No. Okay, you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna make it. That was close. We don't have to order bucket clutch.
After finishing up trade, the other desert pilot also fell to his death. So for 10 pieces of bread, the desert ended up sacrificing both of their planes, all their cargo, and 2 lives. With the flying machine stranded at their border, the plain civilians' curiosity gets the better of them. But as soon as they got the planes working, they also quickly realized their grave mistake. Maybe people weren't meant to discover flight in the medieval era. In the north, a move that would change the course of history took place. After meeting at a Viking-controlled island, the Vikings decided to assimilate with the Snow Kingdom. Those who didn't agree with this plan fled to various civilizations, spreading warnings of the new coalition. These rumors sparked fears as Kingdom saw the Snow Dictatorship lead a giant army of anarchists and Vikings. The Swamp Republic, fearing an attack, quickly sent one of their council members to the Mountain Kingdom for negotiations.
The warning is that the ice spikes are incredibly aggressive. They've already started pushing against us. We have brought a lot of gifts unique to our side. The catch is we want resources. Our area has little to no actual iron. This is why we came to you.
The mountain region accepted their trade deal, but denied their request for military help, as they wanted to remain isolationist. They were farther from the snow region, so they didn't see them as much of a threat. They were so confident in their military strength, they even offered that the swamp become their subordinates in exchange for protection.
We are a people of science, so we have no religious
maybe
obligations
that was a bad
to
word
not
for
do
it.
that.
Basically, the swamp would become under us.
The mountain leader would not compromise on his offer of budget slavery. Negotiations had failed. While the rest of the world braced for conflict, the Snow Viking coalition were actually completely unaware of their public perception, as they didn't have any diplomats, only fighters. They saw the mountains as a threat to their power, with large stashes of iron, so the Snow King wanted them annihilated immediately. After returning from a resource gathering expedition, they sent out messengers to find some allies for their military campaign. Whoever controlled the swamp could cut off the mountain people's access to the rest of the world, making them the first kingdom to approach.
Look ahead of us. What is that? What is that?
It's a wall. We're here in peace. We're here in peace.
But due to their reputation, the swamp believed that they were under attack.
Wait.
They're coming.
They're coming. They're allied with mountain. Retreat.
Wait,
don't rush, don't rush, don't rush, don't rush.
No, we have this.
Don't rush, that's pretty stupid.
They have to rush us, so just defend.
We have the high ground. We keep the high ground.
The Snow King Rooster was infuriated and began to mobilize his forces for invasion. From a simple misunderstanding, war was on the horizon. With their movements hidden by the terrain, the Snow Army caught the swamp off guard.
Hey.
They're here! Jump them!
The wall fell. Forces for invasion. The swamp off guard.
Hey.
They're here! Jump them!
The wall fell, and the Swamp Nation quickly retreated back to their ziggurat, hoping to use the high ground to their advantage.
Oh my god, the war is coming. The battle for the ziggurat. Retreating.
We will have to continue this conversation later. One of our members was just killed by an arrow, so...
The swamp is being attacked. Okay.
Stay to the top. Let them come to us. Let them come to us.
Go land circle!
Me, you're hitting me.
The siege raged on as the swamp controlled the top of the ziggurat. The Snow Coalition restocked their food supply on the ground and relentlessly continued their assault.
Oh my god, the swamp are being massacred.
Food. Is there any food here? Alright.
Unfortunately, the force was not with them. Outnumbered and outgeared, the Snow Army slowly closed in from all sides. The pride of the swamp civilization was lost. A few refugees, in fear of being captured, hid underground and escaped to warn the others of what had happened.
What if he got caught captive?
I really doubt they keep captives. Yeah. Let's just get to Let's not think about it.
The Snow Army made an example of the Alcambru Republic, burning down their forests, looting their homes, and sacrificing gold blocks to the gods. But unfortunately for them, this victory would not come without consequences, as news of the war reached the ears of not only the mountains, but the plains and desert nations, confirming their fears that the Snow Kingdom had become bloodthirsty warmongers. If left unchecked, they could become too powerful to defy. The Mountain Kingdom was put on high alert, which was terrible timing for a Viking who tried to assassinate the Mountain General Clownpierce.
Okay,
I'm here to cause problems on purpose. Die, Clownpierce! Oh, I'm assassinating you! Oh my god!
The Mountain Kingdom was put on high alert, which was terrible timing for a Viking who tried to assassinate the Mountain General Clownpierce.
I'm here to cause problems on purpose. Die, Clownpierce! Oh, I'm assassinating you! Oh my god!
Wow, nice.
He probably shouldn't have announced his assassination plan to his target. They began building defenses, creating outposts to monitor incoming threats.
Wait, you littered the floor with water while they have a Riptide 3 Trident?
Oh god, good luck, guys.
The Plains Democracy and Desert Monarchy also met up and agreed that it was time for a crusade, so they united their forces and made their way north to avenge the swamp. On the voyage there, a snow messenger was encountered.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Oh god.
But the Crusades wait for no one. Upon arrival, their scouts discovered that the Snow Army was still occupying the swamp, so they began to advance there. Meanwhile, the Snow King Rooster and a group of his Vikings decide to seek out allies in the south before going to war with the mountains. But unaware of his messenger's death, he was heading straight into an ambush.
Oh my god, it's full out war.
Out allies in the south before going to war with the mountains, but unaware of his messenger's death, he was heading straight into an ambush.
Oh my god, it's full out war.
Ambush.
Oh my god, it's full out war.
That was massive.
Retreating? They retreated.
In a crucial blunder, the Snow King fell in battle.
He's lagging, just kill him.
My wife, I could have...
It was a textbook mistake in the art of war. Never trust Comcast internet. In complete disarray, the Snow Army was left scattered across the map with no leader, hiding in the pits as the southern lines marched to the ziggurat without resistance. In the midst of the chaos, the Snow King's right-hand man, Scarecrow, decides to take command and attempt to regroup with the rest of his soldiers. Unfortunately, he had a terrible sense of direction.
Oh, I see them. They're here.
That's a lot of people. What are they do? Is there more of them or?
Wait, you guys actually went to the mountains?
Yeah, we're stupid.
Oh my. As the final soldiers regrouped near the ziggurat, they prepared to launch an assault to retake the swamp. Just as conflict was about to break out,
Putting past the differences that you guys killed our leader. That's a big one.
the Snow Army tries to clear the misunderstanding and pin the blame on the mountains.
They're all over there. If you guys haven't seen them, they're on a mountain with a ton of bows right now. And they're going to hit down at us. We go there ourselves, we might die. If you guys don't go there, you guys will die.
How can we trust you?
Tensions were high. The alliance meets at the base of the ziggurat to discuss the Snow Army's proposal. Seeing their opposition's military might firsthand, the alliance's resolve began to waver.
We have come to peace. We cannot let them win. Also, as killing your leader, I'm gonna give your leader stride back.
With cries for blood, the embers of the First World War began to burn. Unbeknownst to the mountain nation, the weight of the entire world was about to descend upon their land.
Guys, it's no use.
What is this?
Arrows rained down from above, forcing the alliance to return fire. As they swarmed the hills, the mountains quickly retreat back to their second wall.
Stop complaining and fight. Stop complaining and focus.
The alliance swarms the outskirts, and the mountains attempt to maintain control of the wall. But it was no use. The wall was soon overwhelmed, and the Mountain King calls for a retreat, sacrificing Clown Pierce to buy his soldiers time. As intruders poured into their land, the mountain army climbs up the heights they once called home for one last time. Surrounded at the top, with enemies closing in from all sides, it was all but over for the mountain nation. As their enemies celebrated the death of the mountain general, a stroke of genius came to the Mountain King. He activated the redstone and dropped into the abyss with his people.
And now. See, now, come on, now, cover. Get out of the water! Okay, run!
Underground, the mountain people were at an advantage, knowing the cave systems like the back of their hand. As reinforcements poured in, the World Alliance frantically searched for a safer entrance to the mines, but the mountain people had a different plan in mind. Operation Underground Railroad had commenced.
They saw us.
One by one, the mountain people fled the region. Traversing land and sea, the mountain remnants trekked across the world to the plains, who they believed to still be friendly. They soon realized their mistake. With their backs against the wall, they decided to seek out the help of a friend in the desert. But on the way there,
Run!
They're right above us. It's never gonna work. He's right above us. He knows. They all know.
Do you guys want to have a civilized conversation? Do you want food? I have food. I'll drop it down the hole. I swear I won't go down. The whole team doesn't know you're here.
Yeah. Wait, they're down
they
here?
literally went down there, yeah.
Scarecrow, they're down here. Gather the troops. TNT. Do you want to live? I'm guessing, but no, actually, no, you have to die. So, Either way out there, so
sacrificed for a more peaceful world, the mountain nation's legacy was no more. The leaders returned and justified their war efforts to their people, reporting stories of the hostile swamp people in evil mountain kingdom. But the actual survivors remembered that even with the greatest leaders, armies, and plans, all it took was a single misunderstanding to start a world war.
In a Minecraft social experiment. My team and I have created a way to simulate civilization in Minecraft like it was never done before, with 3
Since the dawn of the Middle Ages, for centuries, we've seen humanity's evolution through periods of unrivaled innovation like the Renaissance to some of the darkest times during the Middle Ages. If humanity didn't start in the world we know today, what if humanity started in Minecraft? How would history be altered? What time periods could never happen and what new ones will be created? What kind of civilizations would develop? This is the history of humanity in Minecraft. Real quick, I make videos applying different real-world concepts to Minecraft, and I have a lot of interesting ones planned, so if you like what you see here, consider subscribing and leaving a like. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Our journey begins in 30,000 BC. Humanity is undergoing the hunters and gatherers phase where communities constantly move around to find new sources of food. We discover the power of fire and craft tools to aid us in the hostile world. We'd get out of the Stone Age pretty fast, but instead of having to fight the wildlife, humanity's main enemy will be dangerous mobs like baby zombies, creepers, and endermen. There will be a lot of trial and error as we discover how to fight these monsters in groups, but there will definitely be that one guy that somehow dies to a zombie. Soon, the agricultural revolution rolls around and communities will start settling down next to their farms. In the real world, this process took a couple of millennia, but in Minecraft, although people have to discover crafting recipes and various mechanics, it'll still take a lot less time. Seasons wouldn't exist, so crops can be grown at any time, and Ice Age-like events would be a complete joke because Minecraft wheat can grow in the extreme cold. All you need is for someone to accidentally stick bone meal into the soil, and you can grow bread in under 10 seconds compared to 8 months in reality. The main downside for our ancestors was this changed their diet from hundreds of different plants and animals to just a couple, which caused malnutrition. But this isn't a problem with the hunger bar, which allows you to eat pork chops for the rest of your life. At 4000 BC, the first civilization is born in Mesopotamia due to its close proximity to rivers and fertile land. In Minecraft, this logic applies as well, as water can facilitate the development of large fishing industries for food and giant farmlands with irrigation systems. But since water is not an absolute necessity for survival, with no thirst or bathing, we'll also see many communities develop in landlocked areas. And because there's no such thing as poor sanitation anymore, mortality rates during this era will be a lot lower than before. Each civilization will still be distinct from one another, with each being defined by resources native to their biome, like sandstone in the desert and wood in the plains. Additionally, primitive traps and outposts will likely become a prominent feature of villages to fend off hostile mobs at night. With the formation of communities, a breeding ground for religious and political ideology is created. For example, the Code of Hammurabi came up with the eye for an eye doctrine, and Athens started the beginnings of democracy. Great civilizations like ancient Egypt and ancient Greece would still rise as communities assimilate together and accomplish architectural feats such as building the Great Pyramids and even inventing toothpaste. Soon, the rise of empires across the world will foster a network of relationships complete with trade routes and military alliances. But as superpowers begin to emerge, the embers of conflict will begin to burn. A desire to spread ideology and gain more resources will spark the first wars. Beginning military tactics wouldn't be all that different in Minecraft. Many early civilizations fought by unleashing a barrage of arrows and then charging in with infantry. However, the cost of war often falls the hardest on peasants with hikes in taxation, so focus on war could spark the first uprisings against the government. In this era, civilizations begin to grow more and more sophisticated. The advanced domestication of animals will allow for a more abundant food supply and introduce horses for quality of life. Traveling will become much easier for traders, and military tactics will be upgraded. As time allows for more resources to be extracted, armies will become better geared and more deadly. The invention of the enchanting table will create unprecedented farming efficiency and military power magnitudes of levels higher than ever seen before. Military training and development will be absolutely key for any civilization that wants to survive this period. Military tactics like the phalanx formation will be replicated with shields, but because of the ability to disable shields with axe crits, the formation will be slightly altered with faster rotations. Societies like Sparta would also probably create some PvP gods. Additionally, the invention of the book and quill will allow for the first history to be documented, and great philosophers like Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates will start formulating ethics for society. This would lay the foundation for a future era with great social change. It's one thing to conquer an entire continent, but it's another thing to keep it. During this age, we'll see massive empires like Rome collapse underneath their own weight. To add to the chaos, this time period also saw the devastation of the bubonic plague, or Black Death, which killed 1/3 of all Europeans and put all progression on standby for a century. But unlike original history, humanity's greatest enemy, disease, is non-existent in Minecraft, so we'll see this entire era revolutionized. Instead, as civilization crumbles, people will have the freedom to adventure. We see the discovery of other dimensions like the Nether, and people discovering the End Portal. Religions might even form around them, with people worshipping the End Portal as an artifact from the gods. Societies will punish outcasts and criminals by sending them to the Nether for mandatory volunteering. Lower-ranking military officials are stationed in the Nether to lead these outcasts in expeditions for resources and loot, initially massacring even friendly mobs like Striders and Pigmen due to ignorance. Some might even go just for the thrill of adventure, as regeneration is exponentially faster in Minecraft, making people more willing to take risks and explore the unknown. Soon, humanity will have fortified encampments and even entire communities within the Nether, forging the beginnings of a game-changing alchemy industry. In the overworld, relatively untouched regions like the ocean will be explored, and many civilizations separated by water will discover each other. More advanced civilizations may try to pull a manifest destiny when they discover a new land with abundant resources. Socially, this period saw great change. Knowledge from philosophers like Plato would be revitalized for a Renaissance-like era with the re-examination of cultural and political beliefs. New forms of art will develop through map art, and people will try to become Renaissance men by obtaining every achievement in Minecraft. With increased interaction between different peoples, ideologies like the End religion will rapidly spread throughout the world. However, without the invention of the printing press, this spread might actually be slower than original history. This is the era of innovation. The Industrial Revolution in Minecraft would see redstone completely transforming everyday life. Need to harvest crops? There's a farm for that. Need mob drops? There's a farm for that. Need to extort citizens for financial gain? There's a farm for that. The true power of redstone will be experimented in depth during this era, as engineers experiment with the potential of redstone devices like repeaters, dispensers, and pistons. More modern ways to communicate may even emerge through Morse code with redstone lamps. Officials might even use them to deliver fireside chats like Franklin D. Roosevelt, or to intercept certain conversations. A great enlightenment happens as people begin to value rationality and start to question the legitimacy of governments and religious rulers. Architecture will also evolve as Minecraft physics allow for more creative freedom. Houses can turn into floating islands and other unique structures. Massive prisons like Glacier's Orb and Pandora's Vault will be erected to house society's most dangerous criminals. The biggest threat to these civilizations will be anarchist groups of powerful Nether mercenaries looking for revenge for their mandatory volunteering. Religions continue to advance with the discovery of the End, leading many to worship the Ender Dragon as a god and sacrifice wrongdoers into the End. Because of this, slaying the Ender Dragon would make you a notorious criminal, and entire wars are fought over returning the dragon egg to the End. Those who are able to respawn the Ender Dragon may be seen as prophets with divine power, and in case you were wondering, the Salem witch trials would probably look something like this. As non-renewable resources like diamonds and netherite begin to deplete, societies will begin to expand outward, making contact with various civilizations, establishing both peaceful and hostile relations. Many villages might be razed as humans try to subjugate villagers and force them into one-sided trading relationships. During this era, there'll also probably be another nation like Great Britain who tries to conquer half the world. As more powers become established, conflict will brew as nations grow wary of each other's power. Tensions will rise and potentially start the first global conflicts. However, unlike the world wars in this era, wars in Minecraft may not be fought with gunpowder and rifles. Instead, advancements of technology will lead to contraptions of mass destruction that make the battleground deadlier than ever. Aircraft raining down TNT, railguns devastating the landscape, fireworks exploding across the battlefield, and invisible assassins ready to strike at every corner. Because of this overwhelming danger, trench warfare might actually make its return, as the safest place to be is underground, and tunnels allow for better security against invisible invisibility. Generals will have to innovate new ways to combat this meta with strategies like fireball dispensers to check for invisible soldiers, falling sand traps like guerrilla warfare in Vietnam, and secret agents who infiltrate and destroy enemy camps. Eventually, technology will advance to a point of no return. The threat of massive world eaters will create the concept of mutually assured destruction between countries and force peace to be settled. We might even see an era like the Cold War, where they are ready to be launched at any moment, or set up in strategic locations to threaten other countries, like the Cuban Missile Crisis. Into the modern era, innovative efforts will be reoriented from war to societal progress. Redstone airplanes could be mass-produced for commercial use, like a do-it-yourself kit where anyone can make their own using blocks. Calculators, computers, and maybe even giant AI robots will be created to roam around the wild. More collaborative efforts like technology sharing will help with the diffusion of technology throughout the world. It's also important to note that there is no old age in Minecraft, so people are essentially granted immortality. So there are people who have survived for centuries and entire eras witnessing all these developments take place. They would have the influence to create social shifts within society and become important political figures, warning people not to repeat history. But this also means a life term for an authoritarian dictator could last for a really long time. Assuming reproduction carries over, even with hardcore mode, the world population would be exponentially higher, with totems of undying, health potions, no disease, and no old age becoming catalysts for overpopulation. This could lead to the overcrowding of society and hierarchies that form based on age and wealth. The main threat to this era of development will be anarchist groups who oppose this hierarchy and continue their battle against governments with terrorism. However, unlike reality, people who don't like a government can just leave and establish their own communities far away, as the Minecraft world is 7 times larger than Earth. As long as they don't become a threat to existing powers or are wanted criminals, governments would have no incentive to chase them down. You might be wondering, if things develop much faster in Minecraft, why is the timeline for history the same? Well, one real life day is 24 hours, but one Minecraft day is only 20 minutes. So every 1,000 years of development is really only a couple weeks. But the real thing you should be wondering is, why am I not subscribed?
Bye.